for the Olympics. It's really extraordinary.
So brave.
Hey guys, we're going to get started. First, thank you all for coming on such short notice to the New York Press Club. My name is Matt. I'm with Students for a Free Tibet headquarters. Laden Tethong, Executive Director of Students for a Free Tibet, is going to read a statement received last night by SFT from Yingsel, formerly Ying, the Tibetan antelope mascot of the Beijing Olympics. Laden?
This is a likeness of Yingsel carrying the Tibetan flag, and now I'll read you a statement that she sent. She says, "My name is Yingsel. I am a Tibetan antelope. I am known as Ying in China, and I was chosen to be one of the mascots for the 2008 Olympic Games. I am announcing today that I have left the Chinese Olympic team. I can no longer stand to be used as a tool of propaganda by the Chinese government. It has been using me to cover up its violent and brutal oppression inside Tibet. The Chinese authorities hope that by including me, a Tibetan antelope, in their public relations around the 2008 Olympics, that they can fool the outside world into thinking Tibet is a part of China and Tibetans are happy and prosperous under Chinese occupation. China hopes a successful Beijing Games will mask the true nature of their authoritarian rule. I've gone into hiding because it's not possible for me to speak out against the Chinese government safely, as there is no freedom of speech in Tibet or in China. I call on all Tibetan antelopes, Tibetan people, friends, supporters, and governments of the world to help me in my quest to restore human rights and freedom in Tibet. Rangzen, Tibet will be free."
Is that a question?
Lauren Reynolds, AP. Will we be seeing more of Yingsel in the next year? And also, will she be protesting at the 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing?
She will be campaigning actively, and I would have to say we'll see what unfolds at the August 2008 Olympic Games, but there will certainly be protests. Whether Yingsel will be there or not remains to be seen.
My name is Jambe from VOA, and my question is, will there be any consequences for Yingsel's family due to her act of dissent?
Yeah, it's very likely there could be serious consequences for her family and friends, even though it's likely they had nothing to do with this. And so we would call on the Chinese government in front of the world. We would call on the world also to do as good a job as possible to monitor the situation and make sure that the family and the friends of Yingsel are not subjected to any mistreatment.
Jen Carey, Toronto Star. What is Yingsel planning to do now that she will be considered a political renegade by the Chinese government?
Yingsel's main concern and priority is to use this time before and during the Olympic Games to show the world the truth of China's brutal rule inside Tibet. So as an insider, to expose the Chinese government for the illegitimacy of their rule in Tibet, and with the help of Students for a Free Tibet and anyone else that we can get into this, I think we'll see Yingsel campaigning for Tibetan freedom quite actively.
Marie Dupont, Le Monde. Why did the Tibetan Antelope contact Students for a Free Tibet?
Yingsel told us that she wanted us to help her because she had heard about us from inside Tibet and China, and she knew that we were committed to nonviolent direct action and real confrontation of the Chinese authorities in order to bring an end to their occupation of Tibet and be a safe point of contact between her and the rest of the world.
Has the Chinese government issued any statement regarding this issue? And what does Yingsel want people to do to help her?
The Chinese government hasn't said anything as of yet, to my knowledge. It is our best guess that at this point they will probably deny that Yingsel is actually who she says she is. They'll probably continue forward with using Ying, or who they say is Ying. And we've seen this in the case of the Panchen Lama of Tibet, and so that's probably what we can expect from them. As far as what Yingsel wants the world to do to help her, I think what she's asking for is for people to spread her story around the world in order to trump the Chinese government's message and attempts at using the Olympic Games to mask the brutal reality of their occupation in Tibet. So I think she's asking for people around the world to spread her story, and we would too.
One more question.
One more
question.
to make her first public
Thank you all for coming on such short notice. We're going to distribute copies of Yingsel's statement as well as her image. If anyone needs to get in touch with us afterwards, contact Students for a Free Tibet, and we'd be happy to talk with you more about Yingsel and her story. Thank you, guys.
One question.
One question.
One more question.